Hey, what's happening everyone? I'm SirJames coming at you guys with another video, and I hope you guys are doing well. In today's video, I'm here to give you guys a bit of a channel update, and I feel like this is a much more of a necessary one, so that way I could kind of explain the initial game plan that I have currently going on. So before we get to the lightsaber stuff, which I know you guys are kind of curious about all those hilts that I posted photos of, we'll get to that in just a moment. And just to prove that it wasn't just a fake photo, I legit have the hilts right here. Let's go ahead and kind of narrow it back just a little bit. As you guys know, there is a video game coming out on October 2nd, I believe its release date, which is the Star Wars Squadrons game. And if you guys are kind of curious, yes, I will be doing a gameplay coverage for that title. So my initial plan is that for the campaign portion, which I'm going to be focusing on first, like I always do, anytime there's a game with single player, multiplayer, it's always single player first, then the multiplayer stuff, is that I'm going to be doing the entire campaign in the highest quality possible. I believe there is a VR aspect of the game, which if that VR mode is available on PC, then I'll do the multiplayer portion and VR. So that way we have the aspects of both sides. And then once I'm satisfied enough to conduct a review, I'll be doing a video review for that title. So besides Star Wars Squadrons, I have plenty of figures that I still need to review. Even though these are older figures, hard to come by, or just a lot more money than the general new stuff that's kind of out there. I know you guys enjoy the figure reviews, so I'll continue to do those as well. Then we get to the main part that you guys are probably mostly here for, and that's the lightsaber stuff. And well, at the moment, what my plan is for the 7 hilts that you saw in that photo is my plan is to do one lightsaber each week. So rather than try to shoehorn a ton of saber reviews in the same week, and where some videos may not do well as others, my goal is to do at least one lightsaber each week from what I have here currently, and hopefully maybe some more will be added on by the end of week number 7, which so far it's looking like I'll have one for week number 8. So let's go ahead and start with my first one here. And again, this is just kind of a small preview here. I'm not going to be really demoing the sabers much. I might give a little teaser here, but again, I'll go in more in depth of these things when that time comes. So the first one here, this is one that I actually bought from an individual on Facebook, which is the KR Saber's flagship hilt here. And I don't want to step on flowers, just kind of below me right now. So here is the hilt right here. Now the KR Sabers, they do have a couple of their hilt options on their site. There's like the aluminum one, and this one here is actually a brass hilt. It's actually very heavy. And I don't have my scale, but we're going to find out in the review. But I think this is heavier than my Savi's Workshop lightsaber, the very first one that I did. But we're going to find out when we get to the review. This is, again, I bought this from an individual. The on the sleeve here is actually suede leather, which is the same material of my jacket here. And just to kind of, a little bit of a teaser, if you will, it's got a Profi board installed on the latest firmware 4.7, currently as of this video, removable battery system, and we have a kill switch up here. Just switch on over here to red.
You are the one who deserves to be the Dark Lord.
And just a little teaser in one moment. So I haven't changed like the sensitivity. Some things are a little bit fresh in here. I've just kind of added fonts in here. I still need to tweak some settings and whatnot, and however it is I'm going to configure it. Because right now basically what I've done is that I've added all the new Kyberphonic fonts that he has from the Knights of the Old Republic package on here. So when I get to this one, I'll be reviewing or featuring all those fonts on this one. But let's see if I could activate the quote really quick.
The council has failed in their attempt to make you their pawn.
See what I mean? There's that little sensitivity there. But again, that was a bit of a teaser. Like I said, that is a KR Saber's flagship, fully built out, brass hilt, very heavy, and very nice looking. The next one, and I know many of you are going to be familiar with this one, especially if you've seen Star Wars Rebels, Here we have a Kanan's lightsaber. Now the rest of these hilts here were actually provided to me courtesy of Xander. He actually loaned this out to me because, well, he has a few fonts that he just doesn't know how to do it. So of course I'll be the one installing his fonts for him. So it kind of works out to my benefit because, one, I get to check out some of the other sabers, and two, content for you guys to enjoy as well. Now this one here is actually not the Solos Hold Kanan hilt that I had previously. This one is actually from a different company, which is Sabermarch or Sabermark. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. I'll put a link to the site down below, but the Kanan one's currently sold out, just so you guys are aware. Now this one is using a Crystal Focus 10 board. Let's see if there's any juice in here. Some of these I have to kind of recharge.
You'll have to do better.
There we go. So this one's got a very loud speaker too, by the way. Let's see, I believe you hold this one here. There's a secondary button here.
You're making it easy on me.
There we go, and then deactivate.
The Force will be with you. Always.
So, very nice quality. And if you guys are kind of curious, does this top come apart? And the answer is no. On the solo hold version, you could actually take the top off, and I've seen some people do some crazy things where you could actually do it like in the show where you have the top piece with the components and then the bottom piece, so you bring the two parts together and then it will activate the saber. This one doesn't quite do that, but it's still a lovely hilt nonetheless. Another one that you guys are probably familiar with, not in this kind of color format, and that is the one from Jedi Fallen Order. Now this one, as you can see, it's very shiny. Obviously, it doesn't quite match up with how it is in the game. I mean, the hilt, yes, but color-wise, no. That's because this is through Corbath. I believe it's a 89 Sabers hilt, if I'm not mistaken. But this is a non-weathered one. I had a weathered one, but I'll touch upon that in just a minute. So here it is, again, unweathered. So this is what I'll be reviewing. Probably down the road, if Xander wants, I probably know someone that I'm currently trying out right now who will probably do a weather on this. Let's see, and that one is, by the way, this one is rocking a Profi board as well. This one was CFX. The next one, I believe this is, I'll have to double check. I think it's Genesis Customs, but I could be mistaken on this one. And that is for this hilt right here. I have no idea the name of the hilt. It's a very simple and basic design to it. Nothing too crazy. It's kind of, it goes like really thinned out towards the center and then kind of rises out a little bit more towards the end and on the top here. And it's also a very loud speaker.
Goodness, you're not one to trifle with, are you?
Well, it's actually neat too, that I'll kind of showcase here. So that this actually, the entire chassis actually comes out. Then you just kind of slide everything back in there to the little notch. Also very loud. This one is Crystal Focus 10, by the way. The next hilt, this is from Vader's Vault. This is actually from the recent Vader's Vault ready to ship sale that happened last week on a Monday, if I'm not mistaken. It was Monday or Tuesday. But this one, what was the name of it? The Matsuki. Actually, it's on the font, so I should say the name.
Mitsurugi 3K.
Mitsurugi 3K, that's the name of it, because on the Vader's Vault Sabers, you usually get a font that's kind of customized to that hilt, and which sounds like this. Kind of like a cybernetic sound to it. So yeah, definitely nice. And what's cool too is that in this section here, when there's a blade in it, you can kind of see the light seep through there once your blade is inserted, which is pretty neat. So there's that one. The next one, which we have two more here. Let me kind of get the name here. So this next one is by Corbath. And this is the, I'm probably going to butcher the name so badly on this one, the Bastillia double-bladed saber hilt, which is a Knights of the Old Republic inspired hilt. So again, an inspired hilt, not an exact replica. And that would be this one right here. Now this one is rocking the Profi board, and which I forgot to mention, the Vader's Vault, they only have CFX, by the way. But this one here is rocking the Profi board, which is awesome because I've been really wanting to check out a double-bladed lightsaber with the Profi board, because you guys know, basically the reason why I really like the Profi is because you have all those cool random saber blade style effects that you can do that you can't quite do on a CFX, and I kind of like all that weird crazy stuff. Some people like it simple. I like all the extra crazy things that you could potentially do, and so it's going to be really cool to check out what a double-bladed Profi saber could initially do, because the only options that I've really had was I tried out a Nano Biscuit, and then the other one was the Asteria soundboard from the Darth Maul sabers, but that's really about it, and then a double-bladed CFX. So again, there is that one. And I definitely have some things to say about that one, both positive and negative. And then let's see the last one, which I have down here, because I have a blade in it. I figured we could light this one up. This one is also from Vader's Vaults, and this one is called Dark Vanquish, which is very neat. Now, there is a crossguard saber that I did review from Vader's Vault, and that was the Kylo Ren Lightsaber. The thing is with the Kylo Ren Lightsaber, it's kind of got a pretty thick build to it. And obviously you're not going to be doing crazy swings with it type thing. You know, it's pretty basic with how Kylo swings his saber around. But for this one here, the body on this, very thin. Just look how much my hand grips on this one. My hand grips around that one perfectly. And there's so much extra room there. For the Kylo Ren one, I think it's something like the thickness like that. Something like that. It's been a while, honestly. And just to kind of ignite this. So, like this. Of course, it could be whatever color you want and whatever effects. Again, also CFX. But this one is a pretty neat hilt nonetheless. So those are all the sabers currently that you guys can look forward to in the next 7 weeks. I'm trying to figure out a good day. I think maybe Friday would be a good day. So every Friday for the next 7 weeks and then some, you guys can look forward to a new lightsaber review. Now after I'm done reviewing these for the 8th week, I will be reviewing a Revan lightsaber. Yes, I technically did a Revan lightsaber from the patch store, or the Ultimate Works version, but I'm going to be reviewing one from Vader's Vault, so you guys can look forward to that one. And there's some other hilts that are kind of currently in the air, don't know when exactly these are coming in. One is from Saber Forge, which is the Dark Ray Saber, the one that kind of folds out into the double-bladed one. Yes, that one. The other one is that I'm actually waiting for my first Vader's Vault, which is the Sovereign Elite. And what else? I think that's it at the moment. Like I said, those two I have no idea when will basically kind of be in my hands, but when the time comes, then you guys will, of course, look forward to a video on that nonetheless. The very last thing that I want to go ahead and touch upon is whatever happened to, well, first off, the Yoda lightsaber, and whatever happened to the Starkiller lightsaber of mine. Well, in regards to the Yoda lightsaber, basically FedEx lost it. They lost my package from their factory facility, which is 25 minutes away from reaching its final destination. So from point A to point B, I don't know whatever happened to it. All I know is that they lost the package. A claim has been filed. It's been over 3 weeks. Interesting enough, I did get an update from FedEx saying, oh, my package for the Yoda Saber was going to be delivered today. Which I wasn't holding my breath about because, well, nothing changed. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's already gone. So I'm just kind of waiting for that situation to be taken care of. As for the Starkiller Lightsaber, essentially what happened was that back in February, the beginning of the year, it broke. Well, basically I was removing the chassis and something got caught. It kind of pulled some cables and thus kind of made it not work anymore. I originally sent it to an individual who was going to do a repair and also a re-weathering, and he basically wasted my time for months down the road. Eventually I did finally get my help back, thankfully intact in the way it was sent off actually, and so a new person is working on it. And the reason why I don't have my weathered Fallen Order helts here is because we kind of did a tray type deal, so there's kind of a few things that are kind of being worked on. But basically the Starkiller help, just so you guys are aware what's happening with it now, is rather than just get a repair, I'm going to be changing out a few things. So it's going to get a new chassis with a removable battery and a kill switch, which is, as time went on, that's kind of what I liked. It's also going to be changed from a CFX to a Profi board, so that's going to be the other main feature. On top of that, a D-ring is going to be installed on the Saber rather than a CoverTech wheel, which is what normally is on a Starkiller helmet, just because I like the D-ring option more than the CoverTech. And last but not least, it's also going to be getting weathered, because on the original weathering it was done with flat black paint, which easily comes off as time goes on, which most of the actual paint did. So this one's going to get a much more of a proper weathering. It's going to have a medium heavy weathering done to it. So it was just sent off today. I'm assuming I should have it back, this is just me guessing though, probably before the end of October. That's my guess, or hopefully that's the case. But when it comes back in, I'll let you guys know and keep you updated, but at least it's now in the hands of someone that I can now rely on to get done, rather than being in the hands of an individual who has wasted my time months on end. But maybe it was for the better, because now it's going to be getting a nice, more of a newer facelift, if you will. But anyways, if you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video upload.